open your eyes and before you lies an opportunity. A chance to shape something truly remarkable. Not through big leaps or dramatic moments, but through the quiet choices you'll make before anyone else even notices. Those simple decisions, so small, so ordinary at first glance, are the building blocks of an extraordinary life. Now, here's the truth most people overlook. Extraordinary lives aren't built on extraordinary moments. They're built on ordinary moments handled extraordinarily well. The world might celebrate the big accomplishments, the flashy breakthroughs, but behind every great achievement, there's a long trail of quiet, consistent effort. Ordinary days, ordinary tasks, ordinary decisions made deliberately and consistently until they add up to something remarkable. Think carefully about this. Every day, you're either building the life you want, or you're reinforcing the life you don't. Every decision you make, no matter how small, puts you on one path or the other. There's no neutral ground here. Every choice moves you closer or further away from an extraordinary life. You don't have to wait for perfect conditions, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect day. All you need is today, this ordinary day, and the decision to do something extraordinary with it. But here's where most people struggle. They keep waiting, waiting for a better moment, waiting for circumstances to line up perfectly, waiting until they feel ready. But waiting doesn't build extraordinary lives. It delays them. Life isn't something you wait for, it's something you build piece by piece, moment by moment. And you build it by mastering your ordinary days. See, excellence isn't complicated. Extraordinary isn't complicated either. It comes down to doing ordinary things with extraordinary discipline, intention, and consistency. It's choosing to show up fully, even when nobody's watching. It's about creating standards that don't change based on feelings or circumstances. You don't need special talent or perfect conditions. You just need the willingness to treat each day as valuable, each moment as important. Extraordinary living is nothing more than the disciplined habit of making ordinary days count, every single one. Today, we're going to explore exactly how to build your life one day at a time. Not by waiting for the spectacular, but by mastering the ordinary. Because when you master today, and then tomorrow, and then the next day, the extraordinary will follow naturally. Extraordinary lives often hide in the most ordinary places, in the simple routines, in the quiet habits, in the decisions that seem small at first glance. It's easy to overlook these moments because they don't feel significant enough to matter. But think about this carefully. Everything significant in life starts small. Every great achievement, every incredible success story began with decisions that were easy to dismiss because they seemed ordinary or routine. And yet those ordinary actions, repeated consistently, are exactly what lead to extraordinary results. How does someone become financially successful? It's rarely because they found sudden wealth. More often, it's because they saved a little money consistently, invested wisely, and managed their resources carefully, day by day. How does someone become an expert in their field? Not overnight. It's by learning something new every day, reading consistently, improving bit by bit over months and years. The process isn't dramatic, but the results certainly are. Extraordinary outcomes always follow ordinary decisions made consistently and intentionally. Now here's the challenge. Consistency is quiet. It doesn't announce itself loudly. It doesn't draw attention. Because of this, it's easily ignored. People often look for something dramatic, something flashy, something exciting to change their lives. But here's what I've learned after years of observation. Flashy things rarely last. Dramatic changes rarely stick. What lasts, what truly creates extraordinary lives, is quiet, consistent discipline. It's choosing carefully every day, even when no one else notices, even when no one else cares. Because you know, deep down, every decision counts, every action matters. Your life right now is simply the sum of your past daily choices. If you love your life today, it's because you've made good choices consistently. If you're unhappy with certain aspects of your life, it's not because of bad luck or external circumstances. It's because of choices, ordinary, everyday choices that have quietly added up over time. But the beauty of this idea is simple. If your choices created your current life, new choices can create a completely different life. The moment you accept this truth, you gain power. The power to transform everything, one day at a time. Just think about how powerful each day can be. If today you decided to read just 10 pages of a great book, you might not notice immediate change. Tomorrow, read 10 pages again. After a month, you finished a book. After a year, you've read a dozen books. After 5 years, your thinking is transformed. Your knowledge expanded dramatically, and your life completely changed. All from just 10 pages a day. That's the power of daily discipline. That's the power of small choices compounded over time. Extraordinary results don't require extraordinary actions. They require ordinary actions repeated consistently. Imagine your health in the same way. Walk for just 15 minutes today. Doesn't seem significant. Walk 15 minutes every day for a month, and your energy increases. Walk for a year, and your health improves dramatically. Walk for 5 years, and your life expectancy changes completely. Nothing dramatic, nothing flashy, just simple, daily discipline. This principle applies everywhere. Your finances, your relationships, your personal growth, all respond dramatically to small, consistent, daily improvements. But here's something you cannot forget. Consistency doesn't mean never slipping. It doesn't mean never missing a day. It simply means returning quickly to your habits after a setback. Because setbacks will happen. Life isn't perfectly predictable. Distractions will occur. Mistakes will be made. But consistency isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about recognizing quickly when you're off course and returning immediately to your path. Extraordinary people aren't flawless. They're just relentlessly committed to getting back up every single time they fall. I want you to consider the power of today, just this ordinary day, to change your entire future. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need special resources. You simply need the willingness to use today intentionally. Make small decisions today that align with the future you desire. Improve one small area. Take one small action. Build one new habit, because today's small actions become tomorrow's incredible results. Ordinary days become extraordinary lives. Every choice you make is like setting your compass just a little bit in a certain direction. At first, the difference isn't noticeable. It seems small, trivial even, but carried out over days, months, and years. That tiny shift can determine where you end up entirely. Life isn't shaped by one dramatic decision, but by hundreds, even thousands of small daily choices. Choices that often seem insignificant at the time, but that ultimately shape your destiny. Think about it. If you woke up each morning and made just a slightly different choice about what you eat, how you spend your time, or what you read, imagine the difference after just a few months. One small choice each day can lead you to entirely new places. That's why I say the future is not something you enter. The future is something you create. Every choice is a step toward the future you're creating. Every decision is guiding you toward a specific destiny. And how are your finances looking? How have they looked the past 5 years? But here's the most important question. How are they going to look the next 5 years? Imagine you decided today, right now, to save just a few extra dollars each day. It wouldn't seem like much at first. A few dollars doesn't appear significant. But day after day, month after month, year after year, those small savings compound. Interest builds. Your financial security grows stronger. Eventually, that small daily choice becomes the difference between financial stress and financial freedom. One small choice today, made consistently, transforms your entire future. That's how powerful your daily decisions truly are. I'm not kidding. Your daily choices shape your identity, not just your circumstances. Every time you choose to read, you're becoming wiser. Every time you choose to save, you're becoming more financially disciplined. Every time you choose kindness, you're becoming a kinder person. Your identity is nothing more than the sum of your consistent choices. You become what you repeatedly do, and your destiny naturally follows your identity. You don't need to chase a future. You simply need to become someone who naturally attracts that future through daily disciplined choices. Think about relationships. How are great relationships built? Not by one big event, not by occasional gestures, but by small, daily choices. Choices like listening closely, showing appreciation, being patient, and making thoughtful gestures every single day. Those little actions, repeated consistently, create extraordinary relationships. Relationships aren't built in grand moments. They're built through the consistency of daily care, respect, and attention. Your daily choices shape relationships just as surely as they shape every other area of your life. Think about your health. Small daily choices about what you eat, how much you move, how you manage stress. These choices shape your future health far more than anything else. You can't choose perfect health tomorrow, but you can choose healthy actions today. You can choose a short walk today. You can choose a nutritious meal today. Each small choice becomes part of your routine, part of your identity, and ultimately, part of your future. Health is simply the accumulation of daily disciplined choices. And the same is true of every area of life: career, finances, personal growth, and happiness itself. Now, here's the challenge. Daily choices are easy to overlook precisely because they feel so small. They don't seem urgent. But here's what's fascinating. What feels urgent today often won't matter in a year, while what seems small today might shape your entire future. People frequently trade what matters most in the long term for what feels urgent in the short term. They react impulsively rather than choosing intentionally. The key to an extraordinary life is simply reversing this. Making daily choices based not on immediate impulses, but on long-term priorities. Imagine if, starting today, every decision you made was guided by a clear understanding of who you wanted to become in the future. Imagine choosing based on your highest priorities rather than temporary feelings. Where would you be in 6 months, in a year, in 5 years? The future doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. Your daily choices are the blueprint for your future. You're either intentionally designing your future through deliberate choices, or you're allowing circumstances to design it for you. The choice is always yours. Think carefully about this question. What future are your daily choices currently creating? If you continue to live exactly as you're living right now, making the same decisions, following the same routines? What future would you end up in? If that picture doesn't excite you, the solution is simple. Change your choices today, because today's decisions are tomorrow's realities. It's never too late to adjust your path. Just a small shift today can completely change your destination in the future. Remember, your destiny isn't fixed. It's flexible, responsive, entirely determined by your daily choices. You hold incredible power. Power over your circumstances, power over your future, power over your identity. You exercise that power through the choices you make today. Choose deliberately, choose consistently, and your destiny will follow naturally, inevitably. Every day matters. Every choice matters. Don't underestimate the power of small decisions. They shape your future, your identity, and ultimately, your extraordinary life. Choose wisely today and watch as tomorrow takes care of itself. Every extraordinary achievement, every incredible breakthrough is nothing more than the sum of small, consistent improvements made daily over time. It's fascinating, isn't it? Greatness doesn't suddenly appear fully formed. It grows gradually, almost invisibly at first. And this growth, slow, steady, consistent, is exactly where the power lies. Small daily improvements are incredibly powerful, not because they create immediate results, but because they compound dramatically over time. Think carefully about how growth really happens. Imagine improving yourself by just 1% every day. Now, 1% might seem insignificant, barely noticeable, hardly worth mentioning. But here's what's fascinating about small improvements. Over a month, you're substantially better. Over a year, you're dramatically transformed. Over 5 years, you become virtually unrecognizable. Just 1% daily improvement. Such a small number, but it holds the power to completely change your life. Here's the mistake people often make. They look for massive leaps. They want big improvements, huge transformations immediately. But dramatic leaps rarely last. Sudden improvements rarely stick. Real, lasting improvement is always incremental. It's always slow, steady, and deliberate. It's about getting just a little better every single day, because small improvements, done consistently, multiply over time into extraordinary results. This principle applies everywhere. In your health, your relationships, your career, and your finances. Think about how you might improve your skills professionally. Suppose you decide to learn something new each day. Just one small piece of knowledge or one new skill. After a week, you've learned 7 new things. After a month, you've learned 30. After a year, your skill set has dramatically expanded, making you far more valuable professionally. This doesn't require overwhelming effort, just small daily increments of improvement. Extraordinary expertise doesn't come from massive effort. It comes from daily consistency. And here's something powerful to understand. Daily improvement builds momentum. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces for success. Think about momentum as a snowball rolling downhill. It starts small, easy to ignore. But as it rolls, it picks up more snow, growing larger, stronger, more powerful with every turn. Soon that small snowball is enormous, unstoppable. Daily improvements work exactly the same way. At first, they're small, easy to overlook. But each improvement builds momentum, and momentum makes further improvement easier and faster. Before you know it, you're achieving incredible results, all because you started small and kept going. Now here's the challenge most people face: impatience. They want results quickly, instantly. But real improvement doesn't happen overnight. It happens every night, quietly, steadily, day by day. Patience is critical. Trusting the process is essential. You won't always see immediate results, but they're happening beneath the surface. Like seeds planted in soil, your improvements grow silently, steadily, until one day they break through the surface, visibly, dramatically, powerfully. Your job isn't to force results. Your job is simply to keep improving daily, knowing that results will inevitably follow. Here's the truth. Daily improvement becomes part of your identity. When you consistently improve yourself, you don't just become better at something. You become someone who is constantly improving. That becomes your identity. You become a lifelong learner, an achiever, someone committed to growth. And that identity attracts opportunity, success, and fulfillment naturally. You don't need to chase success anymore. It finds you simply because you've become someone who consistently grows and improves. Let me share something valuable with you. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You don't need drastic measures. You just need small, manageable improvements each day. If you're not reading at all, start with just a few pages. If you're not exercising, start with just 10 minutes. If you're struggling with finances, start saving just a small amount. Each small improvement moves you forward, builds confidence, and strengthens momentum. And soon, small improvements become powerful transformations. Now remember, setbacks will occur, mistakes will happen, but here's the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. Successful people don't stop improving when they encounter setbacks. They simply adjust, learn, and continue moving forward. Improvement doesn't require perfection. It simply requires persistence. Keep moving forward even after setbacks. Keep improving even after mistakes. Progress isn't linear, but as long as you're moving forward, you're succeeding. Today, start small. Identify one small area of your life where you can improve just a little. Do it consistently. Improve again tomorrow. Keep improving. Keep building momentum. And watch as your small daily improvements compound into extraordinary results. Because that's exactly what will happen. It always does. Small daily improvement is the real key to extraordinary living. Simple, clear, and incredibly powerful. One of the most important lessons I've learned about building an extraordinary life is that progress doesn't protect itself. Daily improvement isn't automatic, and good habits aren't self-sustaining. You have to actively protect them. You must be intentional about safeguarding the progress you've made, because challenges, distractions, and setbacks, they're not just possibilities, they're guaranteed. Life will test your commitment. Your discipline will be challenged. And it's precisely during these moments that your daily progress needs the most protection. Here's something crucial to remember. Extraordinary lives aren't built during easy times. They're built during difficult ones. It's easy to stick to good habits when conditions are perfect, when you're feeling motivated, when there's plenty of time and energy. But what about when life gets complicated, when unexpected problems arise, when you're tired, discouraged, or distracted? Those are the moments that truly define your progress. Those are the moments that determine whether your daily improvements survive or fall apart. And because of this, protecting your habits proactively is absolutely essential. So how do you protect your daily progress? First, it's about anticipating challenges ahead of time. Don't wait until obstacles appear. Plan for them. Recognize clearly that life will test you. So build safeguards into your daily routine. If you want to protect your daily exercise habit, anticipate that there will be days when you're too busy or tired. Plan a shorter workout for those days, something manageable but consistent. By anticipating obstacles, you ensure that your habits remain intact even during difficult times. And sometimes you have to make your habits flexible. Now, flexibility doesn't mean lowering your standards. It means adapting your actions while maintaining your core disciplines. If your goal is to read daily, don't insist on reading for an hour every day without exception. Instead, make your habit flexible. I'll read at least 5 minutes every day. On your busiest days, you still read 5 minutes. On better days, you read longer. Flexibility allows your habits to bend rather than break. It ensures consistency even when life becomes unpredictable. Protect your progress, reminders and routines. The human brain loves structure. The more consistent your routine, the easier it is to maintain good habits, even under stress. Create visual reminders to reinforce your habits. Place books you want to read next to your favorite chair. Keep healthy food accessible. Set alarms to remind you of daily disciplines. These small strategies create a structured environment that makes discipline feel natural, automatic, and protected from distractions. One of the strongest protections for your habits is accountability. Share your goals and daily habits with someone you trust, someone who supports you, encourages you, and holds you accountable. Accountability is powerful because it's harder to quit when someone else is watching. It's easier to maintain good habits when you have someone to encourage you during challenging times. Build accountability into your life. Find a mentor, a friend, or a community. This simple step can dramatically protect your daily progress. Connect your habits deeply to your purpose. Habits are strongest when they're tied directly to meaningful goals. If you understand clearly why you're improving daily, why your habits matter, you'll protect them more fiercely. If exercise is connected to longevity and quality of life, you'll protect it passionately. If saving money is connected to security and freedom, you'll safeguard that habit diligently. Meaningful purpose transforms habits from something you merely do into something essential to your identity. Habits connected to deep purpose are far more resilient. Now let's talk briefly about setbacks, because setbacks will occur. Protecting your progress doesn't mean never experiencing setbacks. It means recovering quickly when they happen. Successful people don't avoid setbacks. They manage them effectively. When a setback occurs, don't let it derail your entire habit. Instead, treat setbacks as temporary interruptions, not permanent failures. Get back on track immediately. The faster you recover from setbacks, the less impact they have on your long-term progress. Quick recovery protects your momentum and preserves your daily improvement. Remember, life is full of distractions. Protecting your habits means saying no to lesser priorities. You can't do everything. Extraordinary lives are built by prioritizing what matters most and fiercely protecting those priorities. Saying no to distractions isn't always easy, but it's necessary. Protect your time, protect your energy, protect your focus. If you don't actively guard your daily improvement, distractions will quickly steal your progress. Discipline includes choosing carefully what not to do. Protecting your habits often means choosing your priorities firmly and consistently. Today, think carefully about how you can protect your daily progress. Plan ahead, build flexibility, establish accountability, connect deeply with purpose, and recover quickly from setbacks. Protect your habits as if your extraordinary life depends on it, because it truly does. Extraordinary lives aren't built by accident. They're built intentionally, strategically, and consistently. Protect your daily progress passionately, and your extraordinary future will be assured. It's simple, but incredibly powerful. The real magic in building an extraordinary life happens when daily habits become so deeply ingrained, so natural, that they transform from intentional disciplines into automatic routines. This transformation from conscious effort to automatic habit is powerful because it creates lifelong success. Habits become effortless when they're repeated consistently. Eventually, you don't even have to think about them anymore. Your daily disciplines become who you are, not just something you do. And when that happens, extraordinary results aren't just possible, they become inevitable. Imagine waking up each morning without needing to remind yourself to exercise or read or plan your day, because those things happen automatically. Imagine your habits being as effortless as breathing. That's the real goal of daily discipline. Not perpetual struggle or constant effort, but effortless consistency. Extraordinary success isn't about constantly forcing yourself into action. It's about building habits so natural that success flows easily, consistently, automatically. This is how lifelong success happens. So, how do you turn daily disciplines into lifelong habits? First, focus on repetition and consistency above intensity. Too often people think success requires intense effort all the time, but intensity isn't sustainable. Consistency is. If you exercise intensely once a week, you'll burn out. But if you exercise moderately every day, the habit quickly becomes automatic. Your goal isn't intensity, it's repetition. Repeat your habits consistently, daily, without exception, until they become part of your identity. So make your habits manageable, especially at first. Too many people try to change everything at once. They overwhelm themselves, and eventually, their good intentions collapse. The smarter approach is to start small. With easy habits, you can maintain effortlessly. Read for just a few pages each day. Exercise just 10 minutes at first. Save just a few dollars regularly. Small, manageable habits are easier to sustain, long enough to become automatic. And once habits are automatic, you naturally expand them. Small habits build big momentum, and big momentum builds lifelong success. Now, here's something else powerful. Tie your habits directly to your daily routine. Attach them to things you already do every day. If you already have a daily habit of drinking coffee in the morning, attach reading to that habit. Every morning, when you sit down with your coffee, read for 10 minutes. The existing routine triggers the new habit. This method, habit stacking, quickly transforms new disciplines into automatic routines. Because you're building on what's already familiar. You're leveraging your existing routines to create new lifelong habits. Think carefully about identity, because lifelong habits aren't just things you do, they're expressions of who you are. When you consistently practice daily disciplines, you shift your identity. You become someone who exercises, someone who saves money, someone who reads regularly. Your identity naturally reinforces your habits. You no longer struggle to practice daily disciplines. You simply express your identity. Once your identity and habits align, lifelong success naturally follows. Extraordinary lives aren't achieved by struggle. They're achieved by effortlessly expressing your identity daily. Remember, habits become easier when you see clear, tangible results. Measure your progress visibly. Track your daily disciplines in a journal, on a calendar, or a simple checklist. Seeing daily progress is incredibly motivating. It reinforces your habits, encourages continued action, and creates powerful momentum. Momentum turns daily disciplines into permanent routines, and permanent routines become lifelong success. Track your progress diligently, and watch as your habits become deeply embedded into your daily life. Anticipate and prepare for moments of difficulty because lifelong habits require resilience. Everyone experiences setbacks. Life isn't perfectly predictable. Sometimes you'll miss a day, you'll lose focus, you'll get distracted. But lifelong success doesn't require perfect habits, just persistent habits. When setbacks occur, quickly return to your habits without self-criticism or prolonged delay. Resilience ensures that temporary setbacks never become permanent obstacles. Resilient habits become lifelong habits, and lifelong habits create lifelong success. You know, surround yourself with people who support your habits. Lifelong success is much easier when your environment reinforces your disciplines. Spend time with others who value growth, learning, health, and improvement. The more your environment supports your habits, the more effortlessly those habits become part of your identity. Extraordinary lives are rarely built alone. They're built in supportive communities, among like-minded people who naturally reinforce daily excellence. So you got to start transforming your daily disciplines into lifelong habits. Start small, attach habits to routines, measure progress, prepare for setbacks, and surround yourself with supportive influences. Soon enough, your daily habits become automatic routines. And once that happens, lifelong success won't just be a possibility. It becomes your reality. It becomes inevitable. Because daily excellence, repeated consistently, creates an extraordinary life. And that extraordinary life is yours to create, one lifelong habit at a time. Building an extraordinary life isn't complicated, but it is intentional. It's not mysterious or accidental. It's the simple result of mastering your daily choices, disciplines, and habits. Extraordinary outcomes don't come from extraordinary opportunities. They come from ordinary days, handled consistently and exceptionally well. Your future is always being created right now, in every small choice, every daily habit, and every intentional action you take. Think carefully about all this stuff. Extraordinary begins with ordinary days. Your daily choices shape your destiny. Consistent daily improvement leads to incredible growth. Protecting your daily progress ensures lasting results. And turning daily disciplines into lifelong habits guarantees lifelong success. Each of these principles is simple, powerful, and practical. You don't need special skills, perfect conditions, or unique opportunities. You simply need disciplined action every day. Today, you have everything you need to start building your extraordinary life. Don't wait for perfect moments. Create them. Don't wait for dramatic breakthroughs. Build momentum quietly, consistently, daily. The power to transform your life is in your hands right now. Make small improvements daily. Protect your progress passionately. And soon enough, your daily disciplines become automatic, effortless, and powerful. Lifelong success isn't something you chase. It's something you attract by becoming someone extraordinary, one ordinary day at a time. So remember, every day matters. Every choice counts. Start today, right now. Choose intentionally, act consistently, and let your extraordinary future follow naturally. It's simple, it's clear, it's powerful, and it's yours for the taking.